Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to the Outworlders Supernova difficulty. So we left off running around.
These surveillance
Oh, she's loud.
devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them.
Alright, so I went and fast traveled over to the ship and had a nice little nap. And we're going to continue from here. I also just drink a little bit of water because, you know, on Supernova difficulty, you've got to manage your food, your water, your sleep, all that stuff. Now, there are things that offset sleep. Water and food are pretty simple, you know, just drink a liquid that, you know, helps you hydrate. That will not be like liquor or other sort of drug liquids. There's a whole lot of them in this game. And then food is really straightforward. Now for sleep, there is stuff like 2-hour energy and coffee and teas and whatnot. Those will help offset your sleep temporarily so that if you're on a really long quest or something like that, you don't have to immediately stop and yeah. Okay. So let's go talk to the town leader. That sounds good. Now I did get some feedback from all of you guys about how the in-game sound was a little low, so I raise that up a bit, and also that you wanted subtitles, so they're turned on as well. Alright, Mr. Town Leader, jumping over your desk. I'm gonna have a little snack in the elevator here. Raise my food back up. Where's the speakers on this thing?
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words. Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
You must be the town boss.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I think you may have the wrong idea about me.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Let's hear it.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
What a surprise. I never would have guessed.
I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
None of what you're telling me is my problem.
It's our problem, not yours, but I'm asking for your help. If those workers don't come back, Edgewater is going to collapse. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
How will I recognize Adelaide?
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
These workers must have left town for a reason.
That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
All right, Reed. I'll see what I can do to help you.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure, I could use the company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Let's get going. You've gained a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventures and help you in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. And I can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration skill. Alright. Let's go do that. So, I need to get my inspiration up to 20, which I just did. And that unlocks the companion special attack. I like it. What else do I want to level up? I'm going to level up my science to 20. Because I'd like to be able to improve my weapons and armor at the workbench. And then, what else? Sneak up to 20 sounds real good to me as well. So let's apply those. Now I have a companion ability, which is C or V. You can have two companions at once. So let's go over to Parvati here. Here's the companion ledger. It allows you to see their stats, skills, status effects, gear, etc. So here's her gear, her armor. These are perks, but I haven't earned any yet. And then her AI. So I'm going to tell her to engage from far. And actually, for now, I'm going to actually tell her to just be defensive. Now, the reason being, on Supernova difficulty, dead is dead permanently for the companions. I do believe that there might be a perk later on this one that every 15 minutes they can get downed. But yeah, I obviously don't have that yet, which means that if I want to keep Parvati, I need to be careful with her. And defensive stance makes her not engage unless I tell her to.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk?
Sure. So if you take a look at the portrait, it's going to be right around here. See the three little bubbles? That means that they want to talk to you.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Is this about the deserters? So what's the other side of it?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
I can't blame anyone for wanting to leave. This town's got issues.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
I suppose it couldn't hurt. We'll stop by.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Alright, your dad was a wise man. Let's go talk to Vicar Max. There he is.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yoink. Alright. Hello, Max.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Provided wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut off power to Adelaide's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Why would a vicar be after a banned, heretical book?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
I'll need to know a little bit more about this book before I agree to this.
It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Alright, well, we talked to Vicar Max. Instead of really advising me about, things, he just essentially told me to go find some heretical book. Of course, figured. Before I go any further, I am going to buy some water.
Drinker, are you?
No, I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah, huh?
I noticed you mentioned Dad a lot, but never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
How's that possible?
She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
That's inhuman.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
You mentioned something earlier I wanted to ask you about.
You mean about the mission being too clean?
Isn't it supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
It's an ideal, not what we live in, but what we strive for.
It just comes off cold to me, is all.
In the bar, you asked if I was a drinker.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I'm gonna guess you're not a drinker yourself.
Strong drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind that. You got better things to think on. Sorry.
Don't apologize.
Oh, it's what I do. You'll tire of it soon enough.
Now let's get back to it.
Plague got you feeling woozy? Get yourself boozy with Spacer's Choice.
Man, she is dead in the eyes.
Coming right up.
Alright, I am looking for some water. Let's buy all 5. Yeah, why not? What else do you have? You've got dehydrated water and teas. Alright, I'm going to buy your teas as well. Thank you, lady. Alright, what am I doing? Let's go to Die Robot. Now that I have Parvati,
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
the skilled mechanic, that'd be a good time to head on over here. Alright. So, Ludwig, just a quick reminder, the old coot, quote-unquote, guarding the landing pad, he's pretty bad at it, saw a mechanical scout and ordered, basically ordered us to go destroy it. So, let's go do that. Hello. You look so dangerous.
Bet I could fix him up smart.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards anyhow. His name's Jeremy, by the way.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
Good luck, I guess.
Be more careful out there, Jeremy.
Alright, well that one's done. Jeremy's gonna go march away from this area. Oh, house I can loot. I love looting houses. On Supernova difficulty, you're gonna find yourself needing all sorts of consumables and whatnot to keep yourself alive. I mean, maybe, it depends on how much you cheese the combat and how skilled you are, but it always helps to have
Got it. Inside voices.
a saw rifle. Let's give this to Parvati. Give her a little bit more bang for the buck. I think I'm going to sort of restrict myself. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to speak too soon, but for now, sort of Western-styled weapons. The kind that you see on Firefly. The kind that Malcolm Reynolds would use. Alright, let's go talk to Ludwig now that his little task-a-maroo is done. Looks like I'm becoming dehydrated a little bit, but I haven't got the debuff for dehydration yet, so I'll keep pushing on. It looks like there's some chests over there, huh? Crack into those as well, that'd be nice. Alright, Ludwig, we dealt with your scout.
When I was little,
Bring us honor, soldier.
You won't have to worry about that scout anymore.
You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its headcase? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one. and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years.
Yeah, you hid your secret weapon in a laboratory?
Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter.
I'll let you know if I find it.
On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
I'll leave you be. Alright, let's go over to that chest or two I saw over here. Oh, there it is. These red ones have often have more munitions than the yellow ones. Like these. Oh, I don't have enough mag picks to pick that open. Does sort of look like this is a stairwell, though. Oh, gross. Oh, one's gone. Well, whatever they're storing in these crates, I can't imagine it hasn't spoiled. Oh, there goes my ankle. Alright, so let's go to the laboratory. That's a pretty easy mission. Now that I have a companion, I have to practice controlling the companion. They're very vulnerable, I've found.
Sure.
You can hit Z and order them to go stand places. You can hit X and order them to attack a target. I'm not going to attack a random resident. And then you can hold Z to recall them. And Charlie, C, instead of Z, I know they sound similar, is the special attack. For her, well, let's see. For her, it's something called Overload. And that knocks enemies down and stuns mechanicals. That's good to know. Alright, so we got Ludwig's little, little secret toilet gun stash or something. I don't know what it is. And now I'm dehydrated. Drinking one of my waters. Alright, Ludwig.
Bring us honor, soldier.
Found that package you mentioned.
Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig.
Sounds like, no, I'm not going to say that. So what next?
Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson.
Don't worry about that. I already got a passcode from Reed.
I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to security. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module.
What are you planning?
Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. A real expert in the inner workings of the automaton. We are gonna rip those mechanical secrets right out of their circuits.
Edgewire's in the middle of nowhere, man. You don't have a contact.
Well, excuse me. What I meant was I'm going to get a contact. Didn't know I had to be all prissy about my grammar around you.
Seems simple enough.
If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
I'll let you be. Alright. Well, what else? Next, I think I am going to retrieve the cache of medicine, maybe? Or maybe search the collector's domicile. One or the other, maybe both. What's closer? The domicile is a little bit closer. So this is the book for Vicar Max. And I'm armed only with a pistol because I gave my assault rifle away. Oh, we got some enemies. They're just little birds. I don't need to be. Well, I'll pick a fight. Why not?
Here we go.
So in slow-mo, real easy to hit these things. Boop, boop, boop.
Wow, not even a scratch.
I probably need all the experience I can get, especially on Supernova difficulty when anyone and everything can kill me really quick. Oh, and there's a Marauder ringleader. Probably has some pretty decent gear. He is so close to town. Oh, and a lookout too. Alright, so let's go ahead and engage. I'm going to sneak this one.
Let's go!
Going around. Alright, let's use her special ability here. So I'm really low on health. Voila! Success. Where'd that hunter go? That lookout. There we go. That's what I wanted. A hunting rifle. Forget this two-hander. Pravati, you want an LMG? That seems like something ridiculous for someone of your size to hold, but I'm down. Alright, I'm a little wounded. Instead of using up more of my adreno, I'm just going to eat some mac and cheese. Alright, what do we got in here? Impact hammer, that's pretty cool. That is more damage than the current weapon I'm wielding. Just count me in. Alright, onwards. So her special ability kind of is somewhat magical, where like she teleports next to them and uses them. It does mean, ooh, hello guys. It does mean that I'm gonna have to be careful with her because I could hypothetically send her into a large group of people and get her killed. So it's, in my opinion, best, at least on Supernova difficulty, to use it when there's like one person left or two people left and not a whole crowd, because if there's a whole crowd, they're all gonna just gang up on her immediately and get her killed. That was a little bit easier. The hunting rifle is definitely one of my favorites. I will use other weapons though, because it's probably not going to be all that entertaining watching me hunting rifle everyone in the face. Alright, what do you got? You got some pistols, trip blade, assault rifle, adreno. Cool. So the weapons that I have here, some of the ones that are really not worth much, like this is worth 7 credits or bits or whatever. This is worth 14 or 6. I'm going to break these down for parts, and the parts will allow me to repair. Ooh, a helmet. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Oh, there's another Vandal enemy right there. I was going to head this way, but let me clear these guys out. I keep, oh, Parvati, get cover.
Sure, on my way.
So if I use my handgun, whoa, where'd your body go? If I use my handgun ability, well, let me show you. So if I go into my skills, I've got time dilation, location, hit effects. So if I hit them in the face, they go blind. If I hit them in the arms or legs, they get staggered or whatever. And that also applies to long guns, which is what I've been using to sort of, for lack of a better term, crowd control these guys.
On my way.
And that way I can, you know, engage more than one at a time, or close the distance when I make the blind, stuff like that. Oh, some more tea, that's good. Good to keep the sleepy winks at bay. Trading card. I haven't yet figured out what they're for, but, you know, collectibles or whatever. Standard troop helmet. Alright. I wanted to be in medium or light armor, but I don't really mind what she wears. So, Parvati, let's give you the standard troop helmet. And then for me, let's switch off to this stealth armor rather than my hibernation suit.
Nice.
Oh, that's a nice haul. So she improves my skill checks anytime I use like lock or tech skills specifically, because she's kind of an engineer. Oh, Nightingale mod. That mod allows me to sneak a little bit better. Now, once you mod something, you can't unmod it. So you definitely want to only install mods on items you're planning on keeping for a long time. You know, higher quality stuff. Because if you just slap mods in everything, you'll end up scrapping them basically. So here are the mods I currently... Oh, no, that's not the mods. I have the Nightingale Step, which is my footsteps make less noise. The Mag to Zap, which I got from helping Ludwig, which adds shock damage to my weapons, and a extendoscope, but hunting rifles come with the extendoscopes, so I don't really need to add one to it. Well, I've definitely gotten off track, so let's get back on track. Let's bushwhack our way over to the collector's home after maybe stealing everything I possibly can. Yes. Another hunting rifle. That'll be useful. The hunting rifles... Oh, hi, guys. The hunting rifles definitely decay quickly, so having multiples of them is certainly useful. Oh, no one else heard that. Oh, he did. But he did.
Okay, here we go. Nice. Don't mess with us.
Yeah, there was a bunch of these thugs were dead before I even got here. Turf war, maybe? I don't know. But I don't mind if I help myself to their loot. I'll probably end up looting everything I possibly can find here. Just trying to increase my economy. Oh, there's another brew for sleepy time. I haven't really been making good use of environmental explosives or anything like that, because these things obviously explode when you shoot them. I find them sometimes unreliable. Oh, mag to power. That's another shock mag. I find them sometimes unreliable, like it looks like an enemy standing right next to some explosive, and then you shoot it and nothing happens, so... Alright, some messages from J. Bartel. I find I must disagree with your theories about Earth-directed place in colonial systems, yada yada yada. Someone named Jefferson Bartel. So they're disagreeing about where Earth stands in terms of the rule of law or whatever. And then, C. Eldritch, or Clement Eldritch, disagreeing with him. Okay, cool. So we are looking for the book for Vicar Max. Whoa, there's a lot of goods here. I was just informed that a small percentage of items are considered pristine. They have more durability and worth more to vendors. So the revolver I just picked up is a pristine revolver. I'm going to equip it. And then we've got a collector's letter here saying that he's ordered to relocate to the Edgewater Cannery. He wanted to sell memorabilia in the community center, and he can't bear to part with his book collection, so he's stashing it in a cave by the river. And I just leveled up. Cool. Let's get my one-handed melee up a little bit higher, maybe to 15. And then I would like to be able to dodge forward. Cool. We'll accept that. Perks. I'm going to give myself Cheetah, which allows me to sprint a little bit faster. Yes. Because I'm on a Supernova playthrough. And that means that I can't really fast travel anywhere. There's very limited use of fast travel. Alright, where is the Long Tomorrow? Long Tomorrow is closer than this book is, so let me go over there. A shock cannon. That seems, well, no. As much as I'd like to give that to Pravati, that's sort of a CQB weapon. And I want to keep her out of harm's way. Oh, we got some enemies.
Here we go. Down they go.
Hipfire, not my specialty, clearly. Heal up real quick. Actually, let's send you in. Oh, I've gotten concussed. I'm okay. I'm just encumbered and concussed. Encumbrance is easy to solve. Oh, and one of my items needs repair. My hunting rifle. Let me just switch that off. Okay, so I'm going to break down some of the less expensive weapons to unencumber myself. Some of these weapons are worth a pretty penny. Well, compared to what I currently have. And I'll be keeping them. I'm going to actually break down my hibernation suit. So the concussion that I currently have, because of Supernova difficulty, I think I can only sleep it off. I don't believe... Well, maybe there's a consumable, but I'm not sure. Let's see here. Max health, natural health. Let's eat for a little natural health regeneration. I wouldn't mind that. But what we're looking for is something to remove concuss. Nope. Nope. I don't believe I'll have anything. Nope. Alright, so for me to get rid of my concussion, I'm gonna have to go sleep in the ship, so it would be good for me to continue on finishing a quest or something. But if you are curious about what happens to a concussion, reduces all attributes and slows the weapon attack rate. Oof, that is a penalty and a half. And I think that was because one of these guys shot an explosive bin that I was standing near, and it sort of triggered on me. So this is the community center that has the drugs for Martin Abernathy. So heading on in. Some mag picks. Whole lot of enemies in here. So I gotta be careful, especially with my concussion. So let's see actually what the concussion is doing. It's my first concussion. So my strength went down, my temperament went down, and all of my skills went down. That is a penalty for sure. Now, because I have... Ooh, there's a pristine sentry blade here. Because I have, high enough hack, I can hack into these vending machines and sell to them. That's barred. Really, you don't see me? It's high noon. I'm pretty low on health.
Sure.
Doing this with a concussion is probably not a good idea, as both Parvati and I got really close to death, but hey, that's exciting, right? Alright, so I got a key to a first aid room. Alright, so I'm gonna eat something that gives me more base health and regenerate some of my health. And I'll use some of my Adreno. So I have a whole bunch of plus to health right now. So this is my first aid room. This is the drugs I'm after. But I want to clear out this community center. I don't want to add in or leave behind enemies in here, so I will keep clearing it. I'll drug myself up a little bit more. She's healing up pretty quick, though, passively. Okay, they're probably up there. Yeah, sure. I'll spend a shunt to hack. So here's some logs about the Emerald Vale, about their taxidermied Manta Queen that they want to get. So let's see. Here are Saltuna, Primals, Canids, and no Manta Queen. Okay. They probably couldn't get a Manta Queen, because that sounds like something hard to get. Alright, so that was a big old helmet, a heavy helmet. I'm going to hand this one to Parvati. Even bigger than the, tougher than the last one. Now, I do have in my settings that I hide helmets here in gameplay. But if I show them, then she looks like that. I don't think it will ever show her armor, though.
Easy.
A silencer mod, Mr. Ouch, which is power attack mod. Cool. I'm also just got encumbered. Let's see, I can break down some of these weapons. Oh, pristine impact hammer. That's a lot better than what I currently had. Alright, 63 out of 70. My total carry weight is real down. A sawed-off shotgun. I like that. That is another... Ooh, and it's a pristine one. That's a sort of Western-styled weapon. And stealth skills... Armor, the riot armor. That looks a little bit better. Yeah, I'm not quite a brown coat yet, but I'm getting there. Let's check some messages from Rosenberg about the keycard being on the fritz and that you can program it from there. Trammell saying that the obsession about the Mantic Queen is killing the budget. And Hunters saying that their highly skilled hunters perished trying to hunt the Mantic Queen, but they'll give them a discount next time they hire hunters. Alright, there seems to be 2 enemies left. I haven't gone upstairs yet. Let's try out this shotgun. Where are these enemies? Maybe they're just the bugs or something. Well, apparently they're not up here. But there's loot up here, so let me grab it. So here's a guide to mechanical engineering. That I'm sure will prove useful at some point. What is that exactly? That is... yeah, okay. Nice. Alright, what are these last 2 enemy... Oh yeah, they might just be the little bugs that are in here. Nope. There's actual real enemies. They don't seem to see me through walls yet. Ooh, an antique saber. Now I can saber rattle. Alright, my concussion's making it so that I'm not regenerating naturally. So let me go ahead and eat some more food.
Here we go.
I should have made sure he was dead.
Sorry.
That was close. Don't be sorry. You saved my life. Alright. Well, the shotgun, I would say it packs a punch, but not reliable enough to make it a main weapon. The hunting rifle is definitely my weapon of choice. Alright. What do I want to do here? I'm going to break this down. I gotta lower my carry weight. What I really should do is head back to the ship and rest, because I'm all sorts of wounded and concussed, and that would be a good thing to do. So, let's get to it. Plus, my character's getting a little tired anyway. Borstwurst. Not bratwurst. Borstwurst. That looks disgusting. Alright, so the only way you can fast travel is back to the ship. That is, as far as I know, the difficulty setting says you can only fast travel to the ship. I'm a little dehydrated. Let's rehydrate. And let's go rest my concussion off.
If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Sounds good to me. So let's go mod something. My impact hammer here. Well, first I'm going to repair all of my equipped weapons and armor, so they're tip-top shape. My sawed-off shotgun here, I am going to modify. I'm going to install mag. Oh, one's plasma. Actually, I'm going to install a plasma mod in the shotgun. And that way it's really good against animals. Animals, in my opinion, move around a little bit more sprightly. And they're harder to hit. So, if I ever need to spray and pray against animals, there we go. Now, the zapping mod I'm going to save for when I have a weapon I like a lot to add electrical damage. So the plasma damage is really good against organics, like animals that are unarmored, and then the electrical is good against robots. And now that I'm not concussed and not encumbered, I can move. Luckily, I think she moves as fast as I do, so despite the fact having cheetah, she gets to keep up.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this fella.
Now, because I have level 20 dodge, I can also strafe forward, so I can lunge forward. So that's what that looks like.
Hey, I need to talk to you.
Okay, what's it about?
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
He's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's psychosomatic?
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
You're in luck. I got that anthracillin right here. But what do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Let me worry about that.
All right. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
I get it. You need someone to smuggle your medicine under the table.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
You're in luck. I got that anthracillin right here.
Thanks. I'll see to it that this medicine gets to the people who need it. Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business together again. Don't want to make a habit of consorting with smuggler types.
Thanks, I guess. Huh, right in front of a trooper. You suck at your job. Alright, what else are we doing here? The illustrated manual we did not collect. So she gave me 700 bits. That's pretty good for, well, I guess it is the cure for plague. Maybe she actually gave me less money than it was worth. I don't know. But I felt like I did the right thing. That is a big landmine. Alright, let's rearrange these weapons. There we go. So we got my revolver on 2. My impact hammer on 1. Ooh, primal behemoth. No thank you. I'll just go into the river. Thank you very much. Well, those are landmines if I've ever seen one. Some beers and bits, mag picks, mac and cheese, and the safe.
Nice.
So there's the journal. Ooh, a plasma cutter. Okay, I think I'm going to stick with the knockdown hammer. That way if I sneak up next to someone, I can knock them on their butt. Uh-oh.
I smell blood!
Yes, you do.
You're gonna suffer!
Nice one! Here goes nothing! Everyone all right?
Toasty. Just kind of walked right into that. But hey, any fight I can walk away from is a good fight. Transport records discovered. Alright, so I've got that book for Vicar Max. Let's see if there's any bounties near me. There's 300 meters, 200 meters, 200... well, this one's not too far. Birdie Cotton. I'm just about to get dehydrated, so I'm going to drink a little bit more water. Alright, behemoths. Don't want to be pissing them off. Oh, more behemoths. I am somewhat in the middle of a behemoth nest. Oh, you get yourself a little perch.
For me. Here we go. We're pretty close.
Hope that bounty was worth it.
All together. You got him.
Ooh, my companion just leveled up. Let me go spend that right now. So, more engineering. Ooh. Or more health. I'm gonna go with engineering. And do my best to keep her alive. Well, that fight was smoother than the last one. And I also leveled up. So, my hunting rifle probably just took a little bit durability damage. I'm going to switch it out. Alright, what do I want here? I really wanted my melee to get power attacks. So we're done there. What else? Lie and intimidate up to 20. That'll make a bit of a difference. Medical up to 20 as well, bringing my engineering up to 20, and then 40 because I have Parvati and her engineering perk. So I have up to 40 engineering, that's pretty good. And then we'll raise our inspiration and determination. So I now have the ability to do power attacks and to intimidate, and yes. So I can terrify creatures or make them scramble for auto mechanicals. All good effects. So Birdie was up here when I killed her. Thanks for the finger. I'm glad you turned out to be a marauder. Oops. And not some innocent. Oh, and there's more marauders right over there. But I know if I end up killing them right now, I would never come back and loot this stuff. So that was a riot helmet. What does this do? Determination makes my well, I could look like I'm in full riot. I haven't actually needed lockpicking all that bad. So the added determination makes her stronger, gives her more health. I'm okay with that, given that I just took a perk on her that gave her engineering instead of health. LMGs. Oh yeah, this little camp had a lot of stuff. Alright, let's try to sneak up on these guys. Whack them over the head. Seems to be only 2 of them, so if I screw up, it's not like certain death or anything. So I do have power attacks, so let's try to use that. Well, he turned around at a perfect moment for him.
Let's go.
But still gonna get him killed. I, funny enough, just got encumbered picking up whatever that guy's loot was. So let me break down the cheaper stuff.
That's the last of them.
Nighty-night. Well, I am just about running out of time, so let me get back to town. Or actually, no, forget that. We're pretty close to the ship. I'm going to go to the ship because it's the only place I can save. And there we have it. We've got episode 2 recorded. So I hope the audio level was a little bit better for you guys and the closed captioning and all that. If you have any suggestions about that stuff, drop me a line. And I hope you enjoyed this episode and tune in next time. Thank you all for watching. Catch you all later. Adios.